And along with the complexity of that sort of property and the rules around it, one thing we're seeing at Zephyr is, increasing numbers of limited company buyers due to all the sort of tax efficiencies and portfolios getting bigger. And obviously they're going to be keen on buying HMOs potentially for the higher yield and things. Have you got any kind of tips for that sort of purchase, Liz, if you were dealing with a broker supporting a limited company client?
Yeah, I think the tax side of it certainly made limited companies more popular, but so is the rental calculation. So somebody buying through a limited company is going to have a much better rental calculation. So on our training session, for example, we take the same client, the same property, and we show how much rent is needed if they are doing a 2-year deal versus a 5-year deal versus a 5-year deal through a limited company. And for a £345,000 mortgage, there's a difference of nearly £1,000 worth of rental income needed. So limited companies really are very, very useful for that kind of structuring as well. But again, a piece of knowledge that advisors need to have is who is actually going to be underwritten within a company. So very often we see, applications coming in and an advisor perhaps hasn't double checked who are the shareholders and who are the directors. So they're applicant and one other person might be the applicants. And then actually when you look at Companies House, which, is open information, very easy to see, you suddenly find out there's a shareholder there that's not on the application and they own more than 20%. So they need to be underwritten as well. So it's about understanding the structure in order, again, to place it with the right lender. If you've got 5 shareholders and they all have to be applicants based on their shareholding, but a lender only accepts 4 applicants, you can't go to that lender. So there are little things like that you can learn more about and get the right lending solution in the first place.
And Andy, from your point of view as an RSM supporting brokers, are you seeing brokers coming to you with questions about this area? It's great that Liz talks about the training that Connect can offer. How would you help a broker that is interested in this?
Yeah, I mean, Tim, we've seen a massive growth within the SPV market, the limited company space, and it accounts for more than 40% of our business now. And I think the testament to that is the fact that you're seeing lenders coming into the buy-to-let space doing limited company lending that 4, 5, 6 years ago wouldn't even have considered it. And it's just, it sort of demonstrates just how much change there's been. We do quite a lot of seminars, myself and other members of the team with brokers, and we get into quite a lot of detail about SPV lending because there is a lot to think about. And Liz just touched on shareholders and directors, etc. For us, we want directors to own 60% of the business, and we want the directors on the application. But subsequent shareholders that aren't directors, we don't want them on the application. We don't underwrite them. So this is a good example of what Liz was just saying, where we're different to other lenders. So there's that kind of thing. Another thing that we're seeing a lot of is intercompany loans, where you've got a director that's got another very successful business with a tranche of money in there. They want to get that money out. If they take it out as income, it's taxed, which is obviously problematic for them. So what they're looking to do is to use that money as an intercompany loan. We'll do that at Zephyr. So partnership in corporations is another thing we're seeing a lot of, where people are moving property from individual names into SPVs and trying to mitigate the requirement to pay stamp duty and capital gains tax. And there are legitimate legal structures whereby they can do this. So we're seeing a lot of that kind of transaction stuff going on as well. But of course, a lot of brokers aren't familiar with it because the tax changes are relatively new. They're now starting to impact borrowers, and borrowers are now thinking we need to do something. And you're seeing more and more of this kind of transactional stuff going on.